Life is anything but peaceful. We can get worried about friends at school, and we get hurt and have to wear a cast, or when we have to talk in front of people we don't know. Luckily for us, there is an assurance of peace in one man. I'll give you a little bit to figure out who he is. If you've watched any of our videos or have a working knowledge of the basics of Christianity, you probably figured out who I was talking about. Jesus. Just last week we celebrated Easter, where Jesus came back from the dead. It's an incredible story, and through that defeating of death, we can have peace forever. But I want to talk about something that happened earlier in Holy Week. Holy Week is the week that Jesus died. Mary and Martha, two sisters we talked about earlier in the unit, had a brother named Lazarus. Lazarus was very sick, so they asked Jesus to come and heal him. Jesus came, but he didn't come as fast as they wanted. Before he got there, Lazarus died. Mary and Martha were angry. They were sure if Jesus had come earlier, Lazarus would not have died, but by the time Jesus got there, Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. But Jesus wanted to show his power over death, so he raised Lazarus back to life. Then Jesus headed to Jerusalem. People lined the streets and placed palm branches and coats so he could ride in triumphantly. But you know what he rode in Jerusalem on? A donkey. Jesus, the king, rode a donkey into Jerusalem. They all cried out, "Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest." They were praising Jesus, hoping for him to start a war and defeat the Romans who had captured Jerusalem. But he didn't. Later, Jesus went to visit the temple and found it full of swindlers ripping people off. He got angry and said, "My house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers." So he grabbed a whip and drove them out of the temple. All these people had something in common. They wanted peace. First, Mary and Martha believed they would have peace if Lazarus was all right. The people in Jerusalem thought they would have peace if Jesus just defeated the Romans. The people buying things in the temple thought they would have peace if they just bought the right things at the temple. Maybe those things will make you feel better for a little bit, but they won't give you peace forever. Jesus brings us something that will give us peace for eternity. When he died and rose again, he defeated sin and death, meaning that in the end, we're safe. We can have peace. Jesus has the power to give peace and defeat death, and he does just that for us.